So, Namaskar, Sri Guru Pyo Namaha. So, I hope all of you are doing well by the grace of Lord Krishna. Today, we will talk about one story from which we can learn one quality also. So, this is the story of a person, a bhakta called Prayagdas. Now, this Prayagdas was a small boy, maybe some 7-8 years old, and he used to live in a place called Janakpur. Now there in Janakpur, he had no father and only he had his mother. So they were very poor, and in those times they had hardly any belongings. Very difficult to lead their life, and they were living in poverty. But whatever his mother used to manage something, and they were pulling along somehow. Now this Prayagdas on the day of Raksha Bandhan, all the kids around they were playing and laughing and having a good time, and then everybody was flaunting and showing that, see, I have this rakhi, my sister has tied the rakhi for me. So everybody, all the boys were proudly boasting that, see, my rakhi is good, mine is good. Like Prayagdas didn't have any sister, so he was in tears seeing that all the other children have such nice rakhis on their hand. So on that day he went crying and crying to his mother, and he said, see, Amma, I have nobody, and all the other children, they are having sister and they've tied rakhi, and these boys have given gifts to their sister and all, but see, I am so unfortunate, I don't have sister, nobody has tied rakhi to my hand. And he was in great pain and very sad. So seeing his condition, his mother felt very bad, and she was a bhakta of Lord Sitaram. So she told him that, don't say like that, Prayagdas. Actually, you have a sister. Her name is Sita. Then Prayagdas said, but you never told me this before. Why I have never seen her all these years? Where is she? Why I didn't meet her at all? And why you didn't tell me anything about her? He asks. So he says, no, she is far away from this place. We married and sent her off. Her husband's name is Ram, and they are living in Ayodhya. She has a very big family, and she has lot of responsibilities there, lot of work to do. So she is busy in taking care of all those responsibilities. There is no time for her to come and meet us here. That is why you have never seen her. She has never come to our house. Then Pragya said, but why we also could have gone and met her? No, why we didn't go? Why you never took me to meet her? So she said, no, it's very difficult to go there. It's so far, such a far off place. And you know that there is nobody to come along with us, and we have to walk through the forest and all that. So it's quite dangerous. How I will go alone? That is why I never went, and I never took you also. But you have a sister. Definitely, you have a sister, and she loves you very much, and she will take very good care of you whenever she meets you, like that. She tells, the mother tells Prayagdas. So this Prayagdas all night, that is only going on in his head, like, oh, I have a sister, but I have never met her. I must go to Ayodhya and find her. So, he's not able to sleep also properly at night. And in all that agitation only, he wakes up in the morning, and he has made up his mind that I'm going to go and meet my sister in Ayodhya. So without telling his mother, he starts slipping out of the house slowly. Suddenly he remembers, oh, all those boys, they said that when the sister tied Rakhi for them, they gave gift. So if I go and meet Sita now and she ties Rakhi on my hand, then I have to also give her some gift, isn't it? What shall I take? I mean, he's looking around, but they are so poor, no? There's nothing in their house. Then he remembers that, okay, my mother has kept, two, what you say, two dhotis for me. Why I need two dhotis? It's okay. I will keep one dhoti for me, and the other dhoti I will give to Sita. He thinks. In his, innocence, he does not think what is the use of the dhoti for her. He wants to give something, and the only thing he can remember and think of at that point of time is the dhoti. Okay. And then he goes and takes that dhoti which was hanging to dry there, and he notices, oh, it is torn in so many places. But then what to do? He has nothing else to take. So he just, ties it up. He ties knots in all those 4-5 places where that dhoti is torn. He folds it neatly and he keeps it with him, and he goes. He starts walking away. He doesn't tell his mother nothing. So he starts walking. He meets some people. He asks them how to go to Ayodhya. They say it's very far. How you will reach and all that. He says, no, I have to go. So they show him the way, and he keeps walking. Now somewhere around midday, he suddenly feels very tired, and he says, okay, let me rest for some time, and he goes to sleep under a tree. When he's sleeping under the tree, he falls asleep and he's lost. And suddenly he wakes up and he says, "Oh, what is this? How much time I have slept?" And then suddenly he notices that he's somewhere near one city. So he walks there and he finds a lot of people moving about and all that. And he asks them that where is this place? What is the name of this place? So they say this is Ayodhya. So immediately he asks them, that see, I have to go meet my sister. Her name is Sita, and my brother-in-law, her husband, his name is Ram. I have to go and meet my sister. They say there is where is their house? Where is their house? This Prayagdas asks. So everybody says we don't know any person called Sita or Ram and all. But there is one temple there, and in that temple, Sita Ram is there. So he says, no, no, not temple. My mother told me there is a house, and in that house, Sita is there, Ram is there, and they have a very big family and all. So they say, we don't know what you're talking about. So nobody can help him. So he goes all around, looking, asking here, asking there, this part of the town, that part of the town. He just can't find anyone to direct him to the house of Sitaram. Now it becomes dark. And then again, now he's tired, he has not had anything to eat, it is dark, there's nothing he can do. So he just sits under a tree and there again he falls asleep. And then suddenly he has something like a dream and he sees a bright light. And in that light, he can see that on one elephant, there is one man and one woman coming and they come and get down from that elephant in front of him. So he asks them that, who are you people? Why you have come here like this in this, place? Who are you? He asks. So that lady, that man says that, see, this is your sister. You were searching for her. No, this is your sister Sita. So Prayagda says, this lady, I don't think she is my sister. So that man says, why do you say so? Why are you saying she is not your sister? He says, no, no, my mother told me that my sister Sita loves me very much and that she'll be very happy to see me. But see how this lady, she's simply standing quietly. She has no joy only on seeing me. The minute Prayagdas says that, that lady comes very close and she has tears in her streaming down her eyes and she hugs him and she kisses him and she says, oh Prayagdas, you are indeed my brother. You have become so big now. And how are you? How is Amma? All that she asks, a lot of questions about his life. And then he is also very happy and he says, yeah, yeah, you are my Sita Didi only. And like that. And then they say that, okay, you come with us. This and all. He says, no, no, I have nothing more. I have seen you. I will go back to my house and like that. And then as they are about to go away, he says, wait, wait, Didi, I have brought something for you. And he offers his that torn dhoti, what he has brought, he offers it to Sita. And she looks at it and she gives a very sweet smile and she says, it's okay, Prayagdas. You do one thing. You have given it to me. I am giving it back to you. You take it home and you use it. You and Amma only can use this dhoti. You take it from as a gift from me to you, like that. So after this, they go away, but Prayagdas is there, he is lost in some trance like state, in a state of bliss and like that. And he doesn't understand what is happening to him. The whole night passes. Next morning, there is one saint who passes by that way, one sadhu. And he sees and he recognizes, oh, this boy, whatever he is behaving, those are the signs that he is in a state of ecstasy and bliss and ananda avastha he is in. So let me, help him. Like, so he takes him to his ashram and says, come with me. We'll go there. And they go to the ashram and then he talks to him and, finds out all the information and all that. Now, after some time, what happens is there are some two ladies who come there and they say, in our house, we have done some Satyanarayan puja and all. So we are giving prasad to everybody. So we came to your ashram also. Please take this prasad. And two big plates heaped with lot of food. They leave it there and they go back. They say, we will come back later to take the plates. Now the sadhu tells Prayagdas that you also have that prasad, I will also eat. And so both of them, they consume that prasad. Now when they consume that prasada, they realize that after they finish the food, they realize that those plates which are there, they are made of gold. And then they are shocked, what is this? So they are waiting that those people will come back, to collect that plate and like that. But they wait and nobody comes there. So this sadhu realizes, okay, this is some, God's leela only which has happened. So he tells Prayagdas, the sadhu is as it is, he is detached. He has no need for all these worldly possessions, isn't it? But he tells Prayagdas that, see, Prayagdas, you do one thing. They have not come back to take this. It is made of gold. It is very valuable. It will fetch you a lot of money. Now you and your mother, you are very poor in the village. You are struggling, isn't it? So you take these plates and you go to your village. You can sell it and you can, get some money out of it, and that will help you to lead a good life and like that. Prayagdas says, why do I want those plates? What will I do with that golden plate? I have seen my bhaiyas, my didi Sita, and I have seen my brother-in-law, my behnoi, he says, my brother-in-law Rama. I have seen them. What more do I want? That is more than enough for me. So the saint says that, okay, I also don't need these plates. I have no use for them. And so what they decide, both of them, that we don't want to use these plates. So what to do? There was a river flowing by. They just threw that golden plate into the river, and both of them went their way. Prayagdas went back to his village and Sadhu went back to his ashram. So this is the story that is told. It is actually appearing in a text in a book called as Bhaktamal, which is written by some very great scholar and bhakta called Nabhadas. So it is in Hindi, and there are many stories like this of different bhaktas in that book. So this is one of the stories there. So this story of Prayagdas, there are certain things that we can learn from those. This Prayagdas, I think by now you must have guessed. Anybody wants to take a guess as to who was that Ram and who was that Sita? Was it really Prayagdas' brother, sister?
பெருமாளே வந்திருக்கான்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Permale Vandirka, correct. It was Lord himself. It was Lord Rama and it was Sita Devi themselves who came there. Now, why did they come there? Because of the innocent bhakti of Prayagdas. So, in when we are on the spiritual path, many times for other things we use our intellect and we, use our buddhi and we calculate so many things and all that. But when you are offering devotion to Lord, when you are on the path of bhakti, then it is important that one must be naive or one must be innocent in the way we offer our bhakti. I think we also know there is another story which is told of one pandit who used to live in a village, and there was a milkmaid who used to supply milk to him every day. Now, every day this lady used to come late to supply the milk. And when he asked her, why are you coming late? She would say, no, I'm waiting for that boatman. He doesn't come on time. So I'm living across the river. So I have to wait for that boatman to come and bring me here. So since I'm waiting and he is coming late, I'm getting late. So very sarcastically, that Pandit told him, what is this you are talking? It is told in the Shastras that taking the name of Lord Hari, of Lord Krishna, that takes people across the ocean of samsara. And here you are not able to cross one small river, one small stream and come. Why don't you do that? It is told you keep saying the name of the Lord, and definitely then you will be able to cross the river, he says. Very sarcastically, that Pandit says that to her. Now, she goes back quietly. She doesn't understand that he's being sarcastic. She just goes back quietly. Now, next day, Pandit is surprised. She has come well before time. And she's standing and she's saying, please come and take the milk. So then he asks her, what happened? How did you come in time today? Did your boatman come early today? He asks her. She says, Swami, you only told me, isn't it? I'm using the method which you told. He says, what method? What did I tell you? He has even forgotten what he has commented to her. So she says, no, you were the one who told me that the name of Lord Hari can take us across the Bhavasagar of life itself, of samsara. So yeah, I tried that method. You said, no, I should cross the river by taking Hari's name. So I just stood there and I took Hari's name and I came walking on, and Hari brought me walking on top of the water. Now this Pandit is really shocked that how can it be possible? He has said that in sarcasm. He has said that without really meaning it. But this lady is claiming that she has come. He thinks, no, she must be, lying. She has come with the boatman only, but simply she's telling. He says, come, take me to the river and show me how you came. So she goes there. She has supplied the milk. She has to go back home. She says, come with me, Swami, and she takes him there. And then she says, Hari, Krishna, Govinda, Murare, Gopala, and she's saying all the names of Krishna, and she starts walking on the water. He's shocked to see her walking on the water. And then she's like, she thinks he's coming behind. Then suddenly she stops and she looks behind and she sees that Pandit is still standing on the bank of the river. She says, Panditji, Swamiji, you come. Why are you scared? Come. he starts putting one leg, but he is worried whether his dhoti is getting wet. He is worried whether he's putting his leg in the right place. He's looking this side, that side, and he's not saying the names of God. And he, finds it very difficult. He just can't come into the water. That story also tells us how that kind of innocent bhakti we should have, that innocent kind of belief in what is told. We should have that kind of shraddha. There are so many such instances. There are many great saints. There are many great bhaktas. All their stories tell us this. There is one example which is told of Swami Ramanujacharya. Now, one day he is the Swami, the Acharya of all the Sri Vaishnavas. So in Sri Rangam, one day he was passing by, and as he was passing by, he saw some children playing on the road, and those children were playing, and those children were all children of the disciples of Acharya. So what games they will play? They were playing temple kind of game. So they had drawn on the ground in the mud only. They had drawn that as if Lord Ranganatha is sleeping there, and then somebody was pretending to fan that Lord. Somebody was saying, "I am singing bhajan for him." Somebody else was offering flowers. The mud only was flowers. The mud only was the fan. Everything they were doing like that. And then he just stood there watching what is happening. And then after some time, they said, now is the time to offer prasada to the Lord, to offer naivedya to Lord Ranganatha. They picked up some mud from the ground only, and they said, okay, this. And they said, now this prasada has been offered to God. We have to give it to the Swami first. So we have to offer it to Swami Ramanujacharya. Where is he? Where is he? They were asking. He came forward there at that point of time, and he took that mud prasada which those children were offering him, and he actually put it into his mouth and consumed it. The Shishyas who were there, they were shocked. They said to Swamiji that, what is this you have done? How can you put mud into your mouth? Okay, the children are playing a game. They don't know the reality, but you know that it is actually mud. Swami said, how do you say that it is mud? For in the children's bhakti, they have offered it to Ranganatha. If Ranganatha can accept that prasada from them without thinking that it is mud, then who am I to say this is mud and not take it? It has gone to Ranganatha and come. It is prasada for me. So this is the kind of, I don't know what word to use. This is the bhava that we should have. Such kind of innocence in bhakti, such kind of giving up of our intellect in bhakti. That is what is important. So we must feel that the Lord, this concept, that ananya gatitva, that I have. Ananya means other. Sorry, anya means other. Ananya means no other. Gati means, something like a shelter or a place to go. I have no other gati than the Lord. If that is the bhava of the devotee, then the Lord is pleased by that kind of a bhava in the bhakta. And that is what will take us ahead on the spiritual path. Many times we use our intellect for all many things, but sometimes it is important for us to give up that intellect and to let that spiritual emotion grow within us and to get carried ahead with that bhava. So I hope and pray that Lord will bless us to be able to do that. By hearing the stories of such bhaktas, we can try and develop and cultivate that same spirit like them. It is difficult for us because we are so much lost in this worldly life, but still we can remember that this is the ideal and try and go towards that. So related to this, there is a shloka in the Bhagavad Gita. In the 12th chapter, the 8th shloka, Lord Krishna says, Mayyeva mana adhatsva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivasishyasi mayyeva, ata urdhvam na samshayaha. So what is the meaning of this? Only on me you fix your mind. Fix your mind on me alone and surrender your buddhi, surrender your intellect to me. When you do this, you will always live in me, and there is absolutely no doubt about this. There is no samshaya of this. That if you fix your mind on me and you surrender your buddhi to me, you will live within me. So this is the ashvasan, this is the reassurance that Krishna has given to us. So let us try and follow that, idea that we have to surrender our intellect to Him and fix our mind on God. So after this, we will go on to the bhajan. Usha, are you there to sing the bhajan?
Anka, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. We can all hear now. Go ahead.
Okay. ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ದೀನವತ್ಸಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಜ್ಞಾನಗಮ್ಯನೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಣಲು ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನಿವರರು ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನವ ಮಾಡುವರಯ್ಯ. ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳ ನೋದಿ ಮಥನವಾ ಮಾಡುವ ಮತಿ ಸಾಧನದಿಂದ ನಿನ್ನರಸುವರೋ. ಶ್ರುತಿ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳ ನೋದಿ ಮಥನವಾ ಮಾಡುವ ಮತಿ ಸಾಧನದಿಂದ ನಿನ್ನರಸುವರೋ. ಪತಿತ ಪಾವನ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣ ಒಂದಿಲ್ಲದಿರೆ, ಪತಿತ ಪಾವನ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣ ಒಂದಿಲ್ಲದಿರೆ, ಇತರ ಸಾಧನವೆಲ್ಲ ಗತಿ ತೋರದೋ. ಇತರ ಸಾಧನವೆಲ್ಲ ಗತಿ ತೋರದೋ. ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ದೀನವತ್ಸಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಜ್ಞಾನಗಮ್ಯನೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಣಲು ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನಿವರರು ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನವ ಮಾಡುವರಯ್ಯ. ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನೊಂದು ಸಾಧನವಾರಿಯದ ಎನಗೀಗ ನೀನಾಗೆ ದಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೈದೋರಿದೆ. ಏನೊಂದು ಸಾಧನವ ಅರಿಯದ ಎನಗೀಗ ನೀನಾಗೆ ದಯ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೈದೋರಿದೆ. ಏನು ಧನ್ಯನೋ ಆನಂದ ಗೆಣೆಗಾಣೆ. ಏನು ಧನ್ಯನೋ ನಾನು ಆನಂದ ಗೆಣೆಗಾಣೆ. ಜ್ಞಾನವರ್ಧಕ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕರಿಗಿರೀಶನೇ. ಜ್ಞಾನವರ್ಧಕ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕರಿಗಿರೀಶನೇ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ದೀನವತ್ಸಲ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ, ಜ್ಞಾನಗಮ್ಯನೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಾಣಲು ಮನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುನಿವರರು ನಿತ್ಯ ಧ್ಯಾನವ ಮಾಡುವರಯ್ಯ. ಏನು ಪುಣ್ಯವ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನಿಂದು ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಡೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Dhanyavad, Usha. Thank you. Very nice. It is true that ಏನ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿನ್ನನ್ ಕಂಡೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರಾನೇ ಏನ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಸತ್ಸಂಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೆಟ್ people, like-minded people, and to have them together here, and to have Usha singing so soulfully the bhajans, and to have everybody here, and God's wishes. That is the biggest punya we have, isn't it? So thank you everybody for joining in. I think if you have noticed the WhatsApp message, I have taken heed of what Zarnaji um, requested last time, and we will go ahead and start with the Bhagavad Gita classes. But I just need a few weeks, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, to put things in place, and we will start off. I sent a Google form in which I asked for time preferences. I have given 3 possible slots which are convenient for me, and I have asked everyone to fill out their choice. So let us see what the majority people say, and accordingly we will decide. Of course, preference will be for the time which is convenient to the people who have been attending this sadhana satsang for so long. I think it's been almost 8 to 10 months now that we have been going steady. So we will see that those who are part of this satsang, and they are the ones who asked for the Bhagavad Gita classes. So we will see that the time we choose is convenient for most of those who are here in this satsang. Of course, if we do it on Zoom, and it will be for about 30 minutes with little 10 minutes for question answer. So if we do it that way, then we will record also on Zoom, and that we can always put up the recording so that those who are not able to make it at that particular time, they will also have access to it. So does anybody have anything else to add? 1 minute. But before that, we will just offer Kritagnyata for today's satsang, and then we will discuss if there is anything else. So let us offer Kritagnyata and gratitude at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna and Guru for inspiring us to start and to join this satsang. And let us pray for their blessings and grace to be on us always. Namaskar.